Good morning, everybody. Oh, wow. How are you? Welcome to the weekend. So this is feeling like reflections on yesterday's new moon, which for me was a game changer, and I'm curious what it was like for you. I'm curious if you really tapped into that new energy coming in. I'm curious about what insights you may have received from what felt like another level of this, the big reveal that we're all talking about, the big reveal. And certainly for me, it's like someone took some beer goggles off that I didn't even know I was wearing. And so I was able to see something with such a level of acuity that I started writing and just didn't stop. It was just pouring out of me. And so yesterday was a phenomenal day. Energetically, it was phenomenal. A lot of fire energy. It gave me a lot of energy, so I was able to kind of jump up and jump around and be active, very not hermity, which is the energy I've been sitting with for the last couple of days, obviously tuning into this breakthrough. And so I was shown where I was on my path from a completely different lens, viewpoint, through a completely different lens. And yeah, everything just fell into place. So I can see why I'm sitting with what I'm sitting with. I can see the potential of what's staring me in the face and what shadow that's raising in me. And in there is some futile resistance. It's always futile. You've got to work through it to keep opening the doors and moving through. Yeah. So yeah, yesterday was there was a beautiful energy kicking around yesterday, which I hope I danced with. But instead of, I needed to go shopping, so instead of going shopping, I went and found a farm shop, and I just bought the best of everything I could find. Beautiful, organic produce, and just gorgeous stuff, you know, stuff that makes you feel unctuous. And I came home and I did the garden, and then I did some long-awaited jobs, some dress alterations. I couldn't stop. I just had so much energy. It was fantastic yesterday. And I cooked myself an exquisite meal. And then I joined an online group meditation last night that sent me out to the galaxy. It was galactic, fantastic energy. And then last night, some of the darkest, blackest dreams. So again, you see when you walk into that light, it's going to kick up the debris. So it's just kind of allowing that and being with that and loving it. So I guess I'm in a big deep purge and a big deep awakening, and both are happening back to back, top to bottom. But what I'd like to bring you today, for all the moon babies out there who might be going through this, what TF just happened, from 4 different sources, I've been reminded about crystal therapy from 4 different sources who aren't connected. So I'm like, okay, synchronicity, that's a message that perhaps now working with crystals could be highly beneficial for some peeps. So I'm wondering if it might be playtime just for me to do a crystal card reading, and that might connect you into something that will, I don't know, help ease a transition. empower and amplify a transition. Put something under your nose that you can't quite see. I'm finding there's a lot of hidden in plain sight at the moment, not obviously, because nothing really changed in my objective reality yesterday except my ability to perceive it. And remember, with all crystals, you can connect into the grid of the crystal. So if you download a picture of the crystal and pick the one that jumps out at you, that resonates, don't think about it. Yes, don't think about it. And if you point your attention towards that crystal and just feel it connecting, or you connecting with it, and then close your eyes and just ask that you be connected with the grid of that crystal, with the energetic grid, resonance, vibration, frequency, matrix of that crystal, and then you do what you've got to do. That's right. I'm just going to put my gigs on. I'm just being reminded of something really, I don't know what the word would be, jarring, that happened yesterday. So after doing the farm shop, I needed to go to a supermarket, and it's a supermarket that I miss. I like to shop at Waitrose for the goodies, not for the everyday bits, but for the goodies. And I've tried 3 times. It's just like, come on, that's an hour-long queue. That's ridiculous. So Waitrose are taking social distancing to the max, but nevertheless, and being tenacious and feeling tenacious, I drove into town, I parked up at Waitrose, and there was kind of, well, the words I got were Santa Ana, the Santa Ana winds. It was boiling hot with this kind of, I don't know, weird Saharan wind. It wasn't a breeze. It was glorious. And I got out of the car and I strode across the car park, face pointing towards the sun, arms stretched out, talking to the sun. And I was making my way straight to the door. And I looked around and suddenly saw this queue going all the way around the car park. And it's like, wow, gosh. In that moment, I totally forgot what world I was living in. I was in a different dimension, forgot all about pandemic, forgot about lockdown, forgot about social distancing. None of it was there in my psyche. In my psyche was a fun trip to Waitrose and a beaming sun. I think it was very jarring. I thought, well, I'll give it a try. So I joined the queue, and just as I was about to give up, this guy got out of his car, and I said, "You can have my space." I said, "I'm done with the waiting." And he said, "I thought I was trying to be clever, coming at this particular time. Thought it would be quiet." And he said, "But I guess the moral of the story is don't think about it." So I'm sharing that with you because it really landed with me. Yeah, don't think about it. Then flow. Okay, we have 2. There may be a third, but we have 2. All right. Wow. Yeah. So this is linking into what I've just said about don't think about it. So this is about connecting in with the third eye. So this is, wow. So this card number is 37, which reduces to a 10-1, which is birth, rebirth. It's the energy of fire. It's the sword of truth. It's coming through the alchemical 7, the mysterious 7. So 7 doesn't really know before it goes in. It sits with the mystery and bigger picture. We're all sitting in the mystery. And 3 is creation. It's the number of creation. It's that which is not yet in matter. Blueprint energy. So this is Goddess Tara and Tibetan quartz. I've got Tibetan quartz. It's a great big slab of it, which is on top of the wall unit. Um, Bear with me. I'm just going to get my piece down. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to hold this up because it might be that you want to connect to this. It's a big fat chunk and it's easy to connect into. So I just hold that up for you. So this is raw Tibetan quartz and it's uncleaned. So if I were to scrape that, then it would turn into clear quartz. But I really like that it's got some of its home still on it, and that it's as naturally out of the ground as it can be. The people that have been lucky enough to cuddle this tend to go like this. Oh. Oh. It's a very loving crystal, and it's kind of got that mum hug. When you need that mum hug, it's such a beautiful maternal crystal. Actually, I'm gonna leave it here because I kind of want to do this myself. So that's Tibetan quartz, and the words "her eye ever open" is. I'm seeing a pearl in this card, and it's like the pearl that is the gift after a really deep dive into the back of your cave, into the cellar, you know, into your basement, where it doesn't always feel joyful and happy, and it doesn't always give instant gratification. It can be a slog. And I'm seeing a pearl, and it's almost like stay with the journey, stay with the mystery, close the eyes but open this eye and connect in and sit in the mystery and sit in the tension of that mystery and the of that mystery and what's going on of that mystery, and sit with it, and you will be given the pearl. You'll find it. You will find it, and you'll have that, oh, how did I not see this? Oh, wow. You'll have the aha. You'll have the dawning realization. What a lovely way to open up a reading. Goddess Tara, her eye ever open. Dirty. We got some threes coming out. There's some creation coming through. Ascended Master White Matthew is someone I've never heard of. I'll certainly do some research after this reading and see what the codings are for that. And Danburite is a crystal I don't possess, not even in jewellery form, because I can normally back up in jewellery what I don't have on the crystal wall. Danburite, it looks like crystal. It's, I think you can get coloured danburite. Can you get yellow danburite? Well, original self. 30. Wow. Let me just give you a close-up of that. Wow. It's got angel wings behind it as well. And I can see a butterfly. Okay. Yeah. So I'm being told that there's like this, at the moment, there's like this resistance to let go of a stream of narrative in us that's called, I can't wait until this goes back to normal. That's what I'm hearing. I can't wait till this goes back to normal. And I heard this lovely sentence the other day that did make me chuckle, and it was something like, going back to normal would be like the butterfly that crawled back into the chrysalis. I thought that was really profound. And so part of what we're sitting in looks like the what am I sitting in? It's the what am I sitting in? It's the I crave familiarity of the world before. You know, even though it was this and that and the other, I still crave the familiarity of that. And this is also new. It feels so new, and I'm struggling to map to it. I'm struggling to find my roots in it. And so we have the number of 30, which is, that's creation coming straight through the void. That's, I talked about this in my video with Nick, creating straight from the void. And in the video before that, I was talking about, you know, we haven't got the blueprint because we're creating it. We haven't got the habits because we're creating them. We haven't got those connection points because we have to find them. This is why, look at what my body's doing. Wow. This is the resistance that's in me. And I don't want to let go. There is a part of me that doesn't want to let go. There is a part of me that's in deep resistance. Hence all the really dark dreams last night. So what I'm doing, my higher self, working collaboratively in dream time, are deep excavating. And that's going to look some kind of way. And if I just let it come in and let it pass and thank it for holding me steady in some kind of matrix, no judgment, then it will go in peace and I'll give it love. So yeah, this is, wow. So yeah, Danburite and creating straight from the void. Okay, let's see. I don't often use these cards, but they're really beautiful. They're loving playing today. Does that one want to come out? There's more. Wow, how beautiful that is. Sorry, teaser. So there's a lot of heart healing going on at the moment. And it's to do with connecting into the new light codings that are coming in, so that the heart can operate from heart to software. Accelerated, expanded software. And remember, like I say, every time something wonderful and new comes in, like these new light codings that are coming in, that need to be integrated into the body at a cellular level, then in order for them to come into clean alignment, they have to kick up the sediment of what might be blocking full integration. So yeah, sedimentary processing in the heart is happening. And rose quartz is pink quartz. This is quartz, but it's pink quartz. I'm sure you've seen some before. Again, my pink quartz is a huge slab. If you can see, it's right at the back there, that big, oops, that big mountain there. I do have a beautiful little alien skull, which is pink quartz. For all you aliens out there, this has a completely different energy to a standard. Oh, look at that, looks like rainbow moonstone in the light. Check you out, bathing in your rainbows. So yeah, that's rose quartz. I'm enjoying this, it's good fun. So heart healing, angel balthiel and rose quartz. 16. And this is, so 6 represents balance and choices. So you can think of that as in the heart chakra, is the 6 is 2 3s. Okay, so 2 3s, you've got 2 blueprints, 2 choices. How am I going to create? So if I oversimplify it, saint or sinner, who am I going to be in this? Saint or sinner? And so what's happening is, well, where we grow is where we crack the heart open. So one of the things we really resist in life is having our heart broken, but actually it's a really healthy process. What did Louise Hay once say about, oh my gosh, 10 years ago? I heard this about 10 years ago, and it said, the heart that has been broken open can hold the whole universe. And I love her for that. It's a beautiful thing. So we have the 16, card number 16. So 1 is light. So it's light coming straight into the heart. And 16 reduces to 7, which is that mystery. It's coming back to 7. It's where you make magic. That's alchemy. Man, these cards. Bear with me a minute. This is interesting. This is activating the solar plexus and the base together. And the throat. Yesterday was sacred pleasure for me. I walked like a queen. I shopped like a queen. I ate like a queen. I felt very in my sovereignty. yesterday. I treated myself so well, with so much respect and love, and a high level of nurturing, self-nurturing, with all this new moon energy that was coming in. Goddess Bastet, is that the cat? Is that the Egyptian cat, Bastet? You can do some research. I don't want to flood this space with facts and figures, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm actually seeing these beautiful big eyes looking straight through the card. So cat's eye is a beautiful, I think it's a sapphire, cat's eye sapphire. And it's got this, it's this, nothing that's in the stone, but the way that the stone is, the way it catches the light, is it creates, can you see? It creates a cat's eye. So as you shine a light on a cat's eye, I think it's sapphire, but you'll find it. It only reflects in a linear form, so it always looks like there's an eye looking at you. It is a beautiful stone. I don't possess it. I don't possess it. So, sacred pleasure. What's your sacred pleasure? What's your sacred pleasure? What's that pleasure that you can take off the back burner for no reason at all, with no justification? What's the sacred pleasure that you put on the back burner? Because you're waiting until you get this done, or that done, or until you deserve it, or maybe you deserve it now. Okay, what now? That's the crystally bit, she said, stroking her quartz. What now? Those. Yeah, I'm going to put a link actually in this one, because 1 or 2 videos ago I talked about people who talk about 5D and 7D and 9D, and me kind of not adopting those phrases because scientifically I don't know anything about what these dimensions are. Well, within not long of that, I was given a sheep dip into string theory, which I've heard of, but didn't give myself the credit for being able to have any kind of grasp of it. So I had a sheep dip immersion into string theory, and I found 10 dimensions. And when I read through the dimensions, it's like, oh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Bear with me, somebody's at the door. Exciting news. So that was the postman. I had a premonition this morning that I would be making a video and something would arrive that would be part of the video. And the something is 2 new decks of cards, which I wasn't expecting till middle of next week. So I'm elated. So I've just cleansed them and powered them up and asked them if they wanted to come and play. And they said yes. So the first deck is this. Just turn that down a bit, get rid of that glare. Fairy Tarot Cards by Radley Valentine. Illustrations by Howard David Johnson. And these are they. So I'm finding myself surrounded by nature-based energies. And when I opened these cards, they gave me that awful old Jim Reeves song, which I always used to find depressing. Is it Jim Reeves? Welcome to My World. That ages me, doesn't it? Welcome to My World, which my mum used to listen to. But I thought that was really sweet, because this is a new energy for me, which came out of all the events leading up to me rebirthing the pentagram and weaving masculine energy into it. So, dearest cards, come and play. What message? Thank you. Do you way up? messages do you have for the collective? Wow. The energy feels like, I've got something to say. I need to say something. I think they're quite excited. Okay. When I was shuffling this pack, because I like to kind of break the deck to snap all the, the edges where they stick together, I started shuffling them, and this fell out. Printed cardstock. I've never had that before. I wonder what that wants to be. Let us see. Right, okay. Oh, I like these already. 20. Couldn't make this up. Renewal. Ah, 20. Discernment, choices, and balance. And so we're in this kind of energy of this new stuff coming in, and it's raising the old stuff in us. And the message with this is review the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future. Understanding your life purpose. Releasing judgments of yourself and others. So I've been hearing an awful lot about, well, I think a few videos ago, gosh, loads of videos ago, when I was talking about this is the divergence, we're in the divergence, and I'm feeling a resurgence into the divergence. I'm sorry. There's this resurgence. There's like, what it's doing is it's kicking up some old narrative in me, some old stuck, not really full of light narrative, which is being kicked up. And that's making me ask myself, do I want to take this forward? Do I want to rebirth the old, or do I want to blast that with light? Because I don't want to take that forward. I don't want to take that forward. So this is really reflecting to me the hinge point between, I can see the new stuff coming in, I can see the blueprint right in front of me. But what if it doesn't work out? So some of the old narratives that I'm hearing are, I think I mentioned in the last video, people who say, oh, it would be just my luck too. Well, do you want to bring that forward? Do you want to love that back into light so that it can become something else? Because you can't kill energy, but you can change it. So it's, I guess this time is full of opportunities. Yeah, that would, yeah, right, okay. This is speaking into the eclipse. I think the first eclipse is going to happen on June the 5th. And eclipses cut away to open doors, to make way for new stuff to come in. Wow, look at her. Totally in control of that horse. Sorry, unicorn. Get with the fairies, Chrissy. Totally in her sovereignty. Looking forward. Wow. Wonderful news is on its way. And that tends to come in with an eclipse, although eclipse can, it can look brutal. Literally, relationships fail during eclipse season. And we've been building up to that. I've been seeing that in the system as people get into their truth and really question, well, why am I here? Some people who've been in really long relationships suddenly asking those uncomfortable but very brave, courageous questions of, why am I truly here? How do I define this relationship? So again, another shift. Yeah. I'm being told not to overload you. But it's a move from subjective consciousness into objective consciousness. That's where I was going, but I'm going to leave it there because the fairies don't want too much fact and figure in there. Smart choices that bring rewards. Smart choices. What am I leaving behind? What do I want to birth? What am I bravely going to birth? Gay abandon. Success and public recognition. Well, I don't really jive to that, but you might. That for me feels like an old paradigm. Success. Define success. But yeah, that's really, really totally get that. Stepping into our sovereignty. Thank you, fairy cards. I look forward to playing more with you. Okay, that's those. And the other deck, called Soulful Woman by Shushan Movesian. I can do better. Shushan Movesian and Gemma Summers. And while I was shuffling these, after I cleansed them and powered them up, my belly filled with energy. And then that energy went north and just started weaving up through the chakras. So, yeah, creativity. So, have some soulful woman messages for the collective, please. I can see a woman sitting in the desert, just digging a hole with her hands. And she's digging and digging and digging and digging, utterly determined to find water. And she knows there's water down there. She just knows it. She can feel it. Her body can feel it. And she's trusting her body. And she's not giving up. She's just digging. She has no awareness that the sun is beating down at some ridiculous heat. And she has no water. But she's digging. If that lands with anybody. Yeah. We have another 16. What's the other 16? It was heart healing, wasn't it? Flow of partnership. Wow. Look at these. Aren't they beautiful? The ebb and flow of relationship takes me where I need to be next on my path. The ebb and flow of digging in the desert for water, wondering if I will die in this next minute, is that ebb and flow. It is life meeting death, an extreme ebb and flow. But it's a relationship. It's a relationship with the earth. It's a relationship with the earth in her that's telling her there's water down here. It's a relationship to her magnetism or her magnetic north. Relationship. We have relationship in everything. It isn't just with people. Flow of partnership. And it's tummy intelligence, isn't it? It's like it's gut level intelligence. And inherent in there is a challenge. Inherent in there is a challenge to let go of needing to know what's this going to bring me. What do I have to put in? What are the outcomes? What are we building? It's just to be in flow state with it. Just be in flow state. I wanted just to make a quick video, but what do you think of these longer videos? Are they hard to watch? Because I can only do it in flow state and it takes how long it takes. So I'm not one of these that watches the clock to match the algorithm to get the biggest audience, because it's not about numbers, but I know you people are busy, so okay. Yep, flow. So the last card was the flow. Even when a field is in fallow, I guess it's still germinating. Under the soil, it's still germinating. A seed can lie in the soil dormant for years. Years. Is that what's that's what's waking up? It's like we're raining on the inside and we're watering some dormant seeds that we brought with us. And the test is patience. The test is patience to allow that to grow. I know I'm a little bugger for pushing when I should be resting. I am even now after 20 odd years of this work. Creative manifestation occurs more easily when I have nurtured myself and honor my time of fallow. That's how the third eye can work, is in that resting space, in that nothing space. Yes, that includes no tech, just you and your soul. Because in that space, you can hear. Wow. Wow. Look at that eye in her throat chakra. Look at all the color radiating from that throat chakra. And the eagle. Give her a bird's eye view. I listen to my soul's simple truths and allow my life to unfold naturally. Allow. Allowing is a new habit. We used to push, drive, strive, aren't we? Allowing is surrender. We're back to that surrender. Because this is what we're moving into. Number 1. We're moving into a love-based reality where it's okay to have an open heart, to walk around with your heart wide open, where you're not guarding, you're not on guard, you're just heart open. I am soul nurtured when I surround myself with friends and family who support a love-based relationship. And love-based relationships are centered around acceptance of everything, including the dissonance of others, including, other viewpoints that you just don't get. That's real love, not waiting to punctuate someone's deep sharing with your experience of life, because in that waiting you've stopped listening, but to listen with the heart to everything that's communicated and all the hidden body language and the eye contact and the telepathic narrative. Softer. This feels very soft today, very, very soft. So it looks like we're in a kind of space of potential renewing, and it looks like kind of really dropping in and being in a soft space is going to allow us to hear that quiet inner voice. And that's it. I'm going to leave you there with my love. And is there anything else the collective needs to know? Hmm. All is not always a harsh reality. It is sometimes full of joy and misfit as we wait for the unfolding of light and life. Stay in the mystery. Be with what beckons you. And trust your inner source is coming from a magical place. Trust the love and guidance that comes to you without question. I leave you there. Namaste.